Hey folks, this is Bill with Dine Drink Travel. It is March of 2024 and I'm here inside the Midland, Texas International Airport, MAF. And what I want to do is give you a quick tour of the facilities because this airport is used quite a bit by business travelers, particularly those with a connection to the petroleum industry. So let's get started. A lot of the airport has great views out over the tarmac, and there are a total of 6 gates. Currently, we are served by 3 airlines, by United, by American, and by Southwest, although Delta is coming here next month. And like I said, there are 6 gates. The one I just looked at, 1A, is, I believe, what Delta is going to use, but it's a small airport, so that part doesn't really matter. Gate 1B and Gate 2 are used by United, but it's not quite 6 in the morning right now, so it makes sense that there's nobody there. One of the things that this airport does, and they actually do a pretty good job of, is providing power outlets for you to sit and do your work. And there are several different locations where you can do that. There's also free Wi-Fi that's easy to connect to, although since the airport is right between Midland and Odessa, it's actually not hard to get a cell phone signal on most of the cellular carriers. So we continue walking. They've got 2 different sets of restrooms, and the restrooms tend to be pretty clean, right? Like they tend to be pretty nice, and they do a good job with them. Now I'm inside the secure area of the airport, but it's just a short walk down to where baggage claim is. They do have 2 baggage claim stations. One of the things I will say about flying in and out of Midland is if you have the chance, carry on your bag, because there's one set of baggage handlers here for the 3 and soon to be 4 airlines. What that means is that sometimes baggage can take quite a while. So we are coming up on the secure area. Another one of the things I will say about this airport is that it is absolutely worth it to get TSA pre-check, because at peak times of day, the regular lines here can get pretty long. I don't know if it hasn't caught on locally or what, but there are a whole lot of folks who just don't have pre-check yet. Those lines are always very, very fast, and the screening process is simply more efficient. So coming here into the middle part of the airport, you've actually got a perfectly competent little airport restaurant. You've got the pre-made stuff over there. You've got a hot bar. They actually have really good breakfast tacos. I'm on my way to Las Vegas this morning, or I get some, but the breakfast tacos here are pretty good. It's too early in the morning for the airport bar to be open, but I guarantee you that later on in the day, this is going to be completely full. It's not fancy, but it's a full-service bar that has anything you want. When the bar is open, they'll open up those gates. So let's keep walking back around and show you the rest of the facilities of the rest of the airport. They started to put up more and more signs about getting drinks before your trip. You've got another seating area here, which they tend to have tuned to sports ball, and they tend to not do it to any of the news channels, and that way everybody agrees. Quiet area, no power plugs in this area. There is an ATM with completely normal fees, right? Like it's not one of the high value airport ones. And then the departure and arrival board, they usually do a reasonably good job of keeping current. The airport store, there's only one, but it's actually nice to stock. It's full service. Now, it tends to have the prices of most regular airport stores, but that's fine. I mean, in an airport, if you need to get gifts for the kids before you go home, they've got a decent selection of t-shirts and coffee mugs and such as that, as well as certainly all of the travel necessities. Now, there is a second restaurant in this airport, the Mexican Grill. However, before you get too excited, it's run by the same kitchen that I just showed you, and then they physically walk the food over here. It's fine. I've eaten here before, but if you're expecting the height of Mexican cuisine, this isn't it. Do know that if you're here on a Sunday morning and you come in here, you have to order food before they'll serve you alcohol, at least until noon. They do, however, in that restaurant, sorry, I'll wait for the announcement. They do in this restaurant have several different places where you can sit and plug in over there, and you can almost always get a seat there. We're now walking past the Southwest gates. Southwest easily has the highest passenger numbers in this airport because of the fact that they're the only ones who have full service jets. Also, the way their layouts are is there's more space. It's less crowded than a lot of the Southwest gates tend to be. There's another quiet seating area over here with some oil industry paraphernalia, some local sports things. Later on in the day, the shoe shine place will be open, and they actually tend to do a really good job. And it's been a few years since I've had kids of the size and age to use this, but they do a nice job with the kids area here. I don't think this existed when my kids were of the age where they would want to use it. So going back out into the main area of the airport now.
Midland International Airport is a non-smoking facility. Thank you for your cooperation.
They do tend to have the announcements going fairly frequently, but that's fine, right? Like, it's not that hard to find stuff here. At the Southwest gates, they've got a couple more of those bench seats that have power. Sometimes those get full, but usually not. Like, there's not a whole lot of spaces here where you can plug in and do your work, but I've always been able to find one. There's another one of those power banks over here with the kind of weird stools, but the perfectly good power. And then we're walking down now to the two gates used by American Airlines, which is where I will be flying, or with whom I will be flying today. So again, folks, it is March of 2024. This is Bill with Dine Drink Travel, and we are in the Midland, Texas International Airport. This is actually a really nice facility. It's small enough to be super easy to deal with. However, it's we've got direct flights to Phoenix. We've got direct flights to Denver, both of the Dallas airports, both of the Houston airports, several other spots, and it's a place where a whole lot of travelers will find themselves going. I hope this video has been useful to you. What we try really hard to do here at Dine Drink Travel is bring you short and focused videos which give you the information you need to plan your next trip. If we've been helpful, please support the channel by clicking like and subscribe. In addition, you can support the channel by leaving a comment below. We'd love to hear from our listeners, and every time you leave a comment, it helps YouTube show our videos to more people. Thanks so much, and happy travels.